And good evening, everybody. Welcome to DWIT 3D on this wonderful, beautiful Sunday night. I hope I have audio. I should. And let's see who's here, and we will say hi. I've got a cool new setup here, sort of. We have Jerry, of course. Jerry is here. Liam is here. SPC 3D. Mika Steve. Non-fam. Brendan Wilson. Hello. J5WE 3D. We have Milan, 3D printing print newbie. We have Shane. We have Justin 3D, and we have old curmudgeon tripod. John, how are you? We have Chris Mink. We have Randy De Sereno. Sorry if I butcher your name. Stephen is here, and Kieran's here, and whoa, there's a lot of people here. So you guys are all expecting, or some of you are probably coming on expecting some more RatRig stuff. You saw my little intro there. That was not my RatRig intro. The goal tonight was to show some RatRig stuff, but ran into a little snag. Long story short, let me switch the camera here too so you can see. We got the RatRig here. It's apart a little bit. Long story short, Raspberry Pi board. After about 2.5 hours of troubleshooting with my tech support team last night, meaning Jason, it's pretty much determined that the Wi-Fi is not working on this board because we're not able to communicate with the Raspberry Pi. I can't even find it on my network when I look on my network. So I have ordered a couple of Raspberry Pi 02W boards. I looked at these ones. To replace this board was going to cost me about $100, $120, anywhere upwards of $140 Canadian for this board. The new Raspberry Pi 02Ws, which is much smaller, plenty powerful to run the RatRig, and with Wi-Fi, $20 a board. So I've ordered 2 of them in to replace this, just so I have a backup. So I'm going to wait till that comes in. It was a Canadian distributor. I ordered them from yesterday. So I'm going to hope those get here, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Plus I had to order a few adapter cables and so forth because they don't have the full USB A, I think it is, ports on them. So anyways, I do have my good friend, Kieran, I'm going to keep this and try it on Cat 5. I don't have any Cat 5 cable at the house right now. And the Cat 5, the hub with the Cat 5 plugs in it is up on the next floor above me. Fortunately, I have an unfinished basement here. So I'm going to figure out a way to maybe get a Cat 5 down here. And if I can do that strategically without damaging anything, because this is a rental, then I'll run a permanent Cat 5 and probably keep it hooked up that way. But for now, no, I'm going to get the other board and try Wi-Fi. So, but my good friend Brian over at the First Layer said he may be able to fix the Wi-Fi on this board, so I'm going to hang on to that and let him have a kick at that cat. So we have changed the there we go. We have changed what we're going to do tonight a little bit. But I do want to show you what I did get done. I initially had trouble getting the accelerometer to work, and it turns out it's my week for bad hardware or something. I don't know where I put it. I had the Adafruit ADXL 345 accelerometer, which I have put somewhere, and right here. So this is the initial accelerometer I had. Let's just see if that'll show up here at all. Yeah, so that was the initial one I had. I was getting no luck. I was getting error after error about it. Drill a hole in the floor when you move putty, wood putty. Yeah, either that I may come down through the plumbed in vacuum flow, which is here. So we'll see where that goes. And there's a vent right next to where I've got to hook it up to, so that may be fine. No, I'm not going to terminate the board permanently. No, not at all. So anyways, turns out that this ADXL, this accelerometer, is faulty or something because it was not working. So I picked up a different brand name ADXL 345, which is on there now. No, I took it off. Yeah, it's on there now. It works, but yesterday when we were trying to get it to configure and so forth, I kept having to restart the printer 2, 3, 4 times sometimes before I could connect to it, and then finally couldn't connect to it. So after 2.5 hours of software troubleshooting, reloading, reflashing, reloading firmware, reflashing Raspberry Pi, etc., it's determined that we cannot communicate to the Pi board through Wi-Fi. So that's why I decided that there's an issue with that Pi board. We'll see. And I may at the same time, while I'm doing it, just because, throw an octopus on here, but we'll see. Anyways, prior to getting the accelerometer to work, I was able to do the input shaping setup. I did it the manual way that they explain in the Clipper documentation. So, and I was quite impressed with the difference. So let me show you the very first print I did without any calibration, nothing on it. And let's see if you can see that here. All that Z-wobble, okay? So quite a bit of Z-wobble up top there. And then if you go in, the Y-axis wasn't so bad, but the X-axis, if we can get the light, was way off. So then we did some calibration to find out the best acceleration on it. And then I did a second print, which was basically my second print after doing the initial calibration. And then when I pinpointed the frequencies and the acceleration, there's a third print. So if you look at that X-axis on the third print, so if I hold up the difference between that, oops, sorry, you can see the difference right there. Whoa, not with my hand there. There we go. Top one is the calibrated one, day and night. I mean, look at the big difference there. And then on the Y, and then if we come outside, you can see the big difference there that the input shaper has made. Even this little, this is supposed to be, whoops, this right here is supposed to be a 0.1 millimeter gap. It's a little big on there, so I could probably adjust my pressure, but yeah, but huge difference. So the manual method worked, but I did want to get the accelerometer. And then flow calibration, we ended up finishing out my last stream, which ended up working well. I think I'd already showed that, but we got some nice corners on that final print. And the only other thing I did off camera, which was really simple to do, was the skew calibration. So for the skew calibration, I wrote some numbers down here. Oh, right here, so I could share them with you. So the idea with the skew calibration is that you print this calibration print right here, okay? So this print has A, B, C, and D. Okay, so of course we know to measure squareness of something. So we measured A and C, okay? And that came out to 140.87 millimeters, okay? And then we measured B and D, came out to 140.88 millimeters. It is 1/10 of a millimeter off. And how accurate is that? I don't know, because with the calipers, if you squeeze a little too tight, you're going to fluctuate by 1/10 of a millimeter or so. I consider that pretty square. So as far as the skew goes, I don't have a problem with saying this is good, the skew is good. So I didn't do any adjustments. This is a 100 millimeter square test pattern. 1/10 of a millimeter off on a 100 millimeter square pattern on a 500 millimeter bed means worst case scenario, if I'm printing a 500 by 500 square item, I'm going to be off by 1/2 of a millimeter. That's reasonable considering how often am I going to print a full bed 500 by 500 millimeter item. So I left the skew as was with zero adjustment, but the practice was there on how to adjust it. And had it needed adjusting, then we would enter these numbers in, do a mathematical formula, update the firmware, and we'd be good. So I'm liking the Clipper so far. So anyways, I wanted to give you guys an update on what was happening on the RatRig. And hopefully this week I can get the issue with the Pi settled out and we can do the input shaper / resonance calibration with the accelerometer, and we can give a good look at that. But prior to it not starting for me, I had done a couple other prints. They're all upstairs, and one of them was for work. I printed this little, just this little snowflake, 3-dimensional snowflake on it. And it's printing extremely well. I'm getting really good first layer adhesion and printing at 100 millimeters a second base speed for the smaller stuff like this. And it's working well, and I'm quite happy with the prints that are coming off that printer. So that being said, that's all the calibration work I've done so far. And as I say, I got a little bit more calibration work to go, and I will be showing some final great prints. I do have a major job I need to print on the RatRig once it is calibrated and up and running, and get that pie straightened out. It's an actual paying job. It's a large model, 15 inches wide, or no, 18 inches wide, 12 inches deep, and about 8 inches tall, and it's an actual architectural structure. So I have to get that going, and there's 2 of them. So yeah. My live plus a look at the Ender 2. Yes, right here. This came into me last week, so the stream tonight was supposed to be about input shaping on the RatRig, but we had those technical problems waiting for some parts, which happens. Welcome to the world of building your own 3D printer, I suppose. Even other 3D printers parts go. So we're going to talk about and look at the Ender 2 Pro. So let's get to that. Anybody wants to kind of pop out a question to me, make sure you tag me so I can actually see it. Just like Jerry did when he said, drill a hole in the floor of the house. Yeah. So awesome. So we got 30 people watching so far. So let's get at the Ender 2 Pro and see what's going on. I got a couple different camera angles set up now. So I have my A5100 camera, which is pointing this way. And what I'm going to do for now, I hate doing this because I feel like I'm shaming the printer, but I'm just going to put this here so that it's not a distraction with all the electronics there. And this says training, no enter. So that's appropriate for that. So so we have this view. I've got an overhead view right here, so where I'll be working with the Ender 2 Pro. And then I have a wall cam. So I've got another screen right up on the wall here on this camera where I can look at the chat now. I just put that up today. That was a TV that we were no longer using. So hey, it works out right there, and it's actually quite a nice little view, other than the fact you can't see my bench from this view, but I'll use this view over here for the build for the most part. And then, of course, I have my 4-camera view with my trusty close-up camera right here. Whew, there we go. So there we go. On to it. Let's pull this down. Ender 2 Pro. And I don't have my knife with me tonight. What am I thinking? I do not have my knife, so I'm going to use the old-fashioned scissors. So I think what I'll do for this is I will do an overhead as I open this so you guys can see what's in this box with me. Have I thought about a Wi-Fi bridge to get your ports in the basement? A Wi-Fi bridge. Now, but then is that still not dependent, though, on whether or not my wife, on a Wi-Fi signal. So as long as you cannot see my skirt. Well, no, I think you're okay. I'm going to look into any options for Wi-Fi. I'm actually going to call my service provider and say, listen, they may even come in and run a Wi-Fi or a Cat 45, whatever you call these things, RJ45. They may even run a junction down here for me at no charge. Because it's a pretty good company. They do that sort of stuff. If I tell them I need, cable connection for my internet in the basement, they may just come and do it for free for me. So I'm going to get a hold of them this week. So, okay, get out of the way there, camera. Open up this Ender Pro V2. You have one of these printers, Liam? Upskirt cam. Oh, John, you're going to be happy. Once I get this Ender Pro, because this isn't going to take long to set up, apparently. I think what I'm going to do once I get this set up is I'm going to see if this came in. I'll see if this will work on it. So wish me luck. We'll play with that if we have time. So, okay, we have a piece of foam. Yay. Okay. We have a little bag of stuff, including a little sample roll of filament. I actually like the Creality filament, so I'd probably print the first test print with this filament. And we have our standard tools in here, like everybody knows. We have our acupuncture needle, our snips, our bolts, and our pretty much standard stuff in all these packages. So we'll open that though in a minute. We have the after sales service card, which is, oh wow, big fold-out service and warranty card, which I've never ever filled out a warranty card for one of these printers. So hopefully that focus doesn't bounce in and out like that all the time. We have our user manual, which I believe includes the assembly guide, because I'm going to follow this just to see how well it reads. Okay. Then we have power cord and spool holder, and this is the same style spool holder that we find on the CR6 SE. It looks like. And this part of the spool holder as well, which is just going to simply go in like that. Okay. Oh, don't want to pull that out yet. And then we have, this looks like the touch screen. Yeah, we have a touch screen with a knob. Not a touch screen, just a display screen with a knob. There's always got to be a knob. Okay, and some more packaging toss. Slip this up, and then under here we have the Ender 3 Pro, Ender 2 Pro. If I'm going to keep calling it Ender 3, that is a cute little build volume. I haven't even looked up the build volume on this thing yet, but I'm sure somebody in the crowd there is going to shout that out for me. So, yeah. Okay, let's see what it's going to take to get this out of here. Here's the carry handle. And I'm dealing with limited space here because I got my RatRig. That's not the permanent home for the RatRig. That's going to be moved eventually once I get everything all going. There's our gantry. And this is all tied in, I bet. So I have to, oh, there we go. So this is a, I don't remember the style called, but it's like the Prusa Mini style and also like the King Rune. It's a, you know, I call it an inverted L, but I know there's a technical name for it. So let's pull this out. There we go. And I believe I rest this on here precariously. I don't want to let this go. I think that's it for the box contents, so I can get rid of the box. And let's just, there we go. There we have it. Looks like 2 parts, and it looks like it's going to be 2 or 4 screws to hold that in. There we go. We have it on the desk, so let's have a peek inside this bag. Cantilever. Thank you, John. Cantilever style. Yes. I cantilever. I couldn't remember. I can't believe I can't forget it. I was trying to, a bad joke there. It's not going to work. Cantilever. It's not. I couldn't remember the name. I've lost count of how many pairs of these tweezers I have now. So I'm going to put that aside. I'll just use the ones that I have open already. So there's our little sample filament spool. There's our SD card. There's our Creality Reliable card. And the standard set of tools. And, oh, it looks like we got some spare, 1 spare nozzle and 3 spare, I'm having such a time remembering names of things tonight, but the little things that hold the Bowden tubes, the, oh man, it's embarrassing. I need to remember the name before somebody posts it. So, anyways, I'm not looking at the chat. Somebody will remember before I do. And just some standard wrenches and hex keys. So, yeah. Okay, so let's get the book. See what the book says to do. Clips. No, not clips. No, there's those. They're the clips, but they're the couplers. So the Bowden couplers. Good. I remembered it before somebody put couplers. Ah, you just about beat me to it, Liam. But they're couplers. Ahaha. I won that one, and I got another acupuncture needle. I have several of those. I haven't had to use one in a long time, other than on my back. If I don't use them for the nozzles, they're great for the back. Great for back pain. So let's have a peek here. We'll get this done real quick. Printer base, handle, yada, yada, yada. Okay, assemble the X-axis kit. Printer base. So it looks like we're going to use 2 M16, 2 M4x16 hexagon sockets, and M5x45 cylinder head. It looks like the M45 is going up from the bottom and the 16s The 45 millimeters are going up from the bottom, and the 16s are going in from the side. Here, let me do this. Maybe, actually, let me see if I can get a quad cam view on here just for fun. Turn that off. If I do split 4 cams, and if I can get that close-up cam sort of focused on what I'm doing, this might not be a bad view. Let me know if this works out for you guys or if you find this annoying. Anyway, not me annoying, if you find this camera view annoying. And then there's our 2 16 millimeter screws. And okay. This is so tiny and cute. Okay, so we have, okay. So basically what we got here, and this will be easier to see on the close-up camera. So there's a little kind of there we go, sort of a little ledge right here, so which is going to screw into the extrusion here, and it also acts as a good guide for exactly where that's going to sit, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put those 2 front screws in first. There, maybe this camera is better off coming around, just like that for now. Okay, let me get some Allen wrenches. Oh, I called them Allen wrenches again. I'm sorry for you Allen haters. Let me get some hex keys out. And I believe it's my green one. Nope, one size too small. Pink it is. So I think it's going to be easier if I secure these 2 in first. Well, that's not the right size. Oh, I grabbed the wrong size, sorry. This size. There we go. Where'd that other one roll off to? Didn't fall off. Screw missing. There it is. Right under the printer. Cantilever clips. Cantilever. Oh, I think I'm missing some chat for some reason. I must have bumped my mouse when my chat rolled up. So hold on. There we go. Oh, there we are. Hey, Maker Viking. Thomas, how are you? Allen keys are correct. That's a debate. You know, I take slack for calling them Allen keys, and then I take slack for not calling them Allen keys, for calling them hex wrenches. I don't know why they're actually called keys. They don't open any doors. They're not really wrenches, because wrenches are more, I don't think of a wrench as a screwdriver. Anyways, you know what? This can go on. So now we're going to turn this over on the side, and there's going to be 2 of these that go up from the bottom. So these guys here, which is my yellow wear a wrench. Man, it's hard to get good camera views. I've got limited space here. There we go. So these guys are just going to run up through here. You think I need more camera angles? Hopefully everybody can see this okay. I'm trying to cover every angle possible. Now that I got the studio kind of compressed and I've done a bit of renovating and purging, actually I can work a little bit better with the cameras here. So, okay, make sure these are snug. Snug as a bug, but we don't want to over tighten, obviously. There goes the dog. Too good to be true that he was so quiet. There we go. And I'm just going to make sure that these little guys here are snug. And I just got to figure out, I have a piece of tape here for some reason. I don't know why. There was just a random piece of black tape right there. Just a random piece of tape holding nothing on. Anyways. And I just got to see what these other two are for. So, okay, back to the manual. We have, those other two are probably something to do with the spool holder. Yeah, no. Let's see, spool holder goes in this. Oh yeah, so this has got to be for the top of the spool holder here. No? Oh, that's going to be a long. Oh, silly me. That's what this other long one's for the spool holder. There we go. Pink wrench. So similar, same folding spool holder as the CR6SE, but it's the CR6SE. You could actually take the spool holder and move it different locations. This one is just a fixed location for it. So I got to figure out what these other two little loose screws are for. Let me clear some bags here. Let me look at the book. We have 2 screws going in the bottom, 2 screws going in the side. Let's see. Oh, they're for the handle. Okay. Of course. So we have a handle that goes on top, right like so. Oh, it just kind of sits. There we go. And it's got a little bit of a hole up top here for the Z-rod to sort of poke out through. Okay. And let's go down here. Yes, 928 subs so far, guys. It's very close to that 1,000 mark where we'll be doing a giveaway stream. So, yes. Like and subscribe, share. Put it out on the social media. Put it out on the Twitters, on the Thingiverses, on the Instagrams, Twitters, Facebooks. Be awesome. I'm excited to hit that 1,000 mark. And there's our little handle. Oh, that is, I expected that to be heavier. That is so light. Wow. Okay. Now we have to, I'm kind of skimming over the instructions, but it's pretty obvious what's going to be done here. But I'm making sure everything is in the instructions. So there's the portion for the handle. Okay. So we got the handle on. Now we get to connect some cables. First thing we're going to check is make sure the voltage switch is right. Now it's doomed. Voltage is on the other side here. No, well, they're showing the voltage switch on the back. Oh, there it is. It's on the back. Okay, so the voltage switch is on the back, and it is set at 230 volts. So we're going to slide that over. So we are at 115. Okay, there we go. That's out of the way. Okay, so close-up cam. Let's show us what we're going to do here. So, okay, so we have this wire loom, which is going to I better just read this so I don't put this in the wrong spot. Oh, let's get these ones hooked up first. So we have the Z-axis motor, which is this one right here, I believe. It says Z on it. So yeah, so we're going to plug this into the Z motor. There we go. And this is the end stop, the Z end stop. Right there. And we have this cable loom Let's get these motors up top here first anyways. This one up here is the extruder motor right here. Oh, a little off camera on this side. There we go. Oh yeah, you guys got all kinds of views here. X, E, extruder. Fire! Oh, that's for my screen. Yeah, okay, I would have figured that out, I'm sure. Extruder X, then we have the, or that's the extruder, then we have our X motor, which is right under here. And we have our X end stop, which is, where are you hiding, end stop? Where are you hiding? Oh, you're way in there. Oh, okay, right in here. So the X end stop is going to go in the, we have the, there we go. So it's just inside of here. Let me turn this way. Yeah, of course, I can't get my fingers in there, so sometimes it helps to use an a hex wrench, just to sort of get that on there and push that plug in. There we go. There's our X end stop. Cool. So far, so good. It's got this old, which I'm not really fond of, style build plate, you know, from the old Creality, the old Ender printers, the old Enders and the old CRs. Okay, yeah, so we have our display screen there. So our screen is right here. This goes in the back. Like so. And that just slides on like so. It's a little bit, I wouldn't want to put a lot of weight on that, but yeah, nice. So on the big can, there we go. So there's kind of everything all finished right here. So I'm going to check the eccentric nuts, make sure bed's a little wobbly on the print head. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? I think that's a little wobbly. Well, I think that's fine. I think I should just go ahead and start my test print now, right? Yeah. Okay. So as I said, we have a little bit of a wobbly knobbly problem with the head here. That's surprisingly loose. I've never come across one that loose before. So anyways, let's find the wrenches and tighten that up. Cantilever to the... Thanks for the confidence, John. No accidents this stream. Wow, that is extremely... Hang on. No, that is bent. That is bent. Yeah. Okay. Here, let me see if I can get this camera, show you guys this angle. Look down, if you will. Oh, that's going to be a hard angle to show, but hang on. Let's see. Light. Oh, I don't know if I can, maybe from this angle. If you look, it's hard to see that from this angle. Let me try a different camera here, guys. Hold on. If you look down the barrel of this, okay, when I put the wheel, look at that bottom wheel. Okay, top wheels are pretty parallel. Look at the bottom wheel. It looks like something on that hot end is bent way out of whack. Guaranteed. Okay, so we have to do a little bit of take apart here. Okay, so something got bent, damaged in shipping. So, yeah. Well, since I got the wrenches out, let's get this. Oh, wow. Let's pop this off. Let's see what's holding the cap on. A little screw from in behind. Just a single one here. Yeah, the bottom one looks very bent. So let's see if we can salvage it. So, without dropping the screw, there it is. I don't know whether we would blame shipping on that, although that's got to have been hit pretty. It was packed really well. That had to have been hit pretty hard for a shipping issue. Where's the other screw holding this cap on? I think that's it right here. I think that's it. Good one, Kieran. Where are the other screw or two holding this thing on? But there's one way in here. I don't know if that's actually holding the cover on, or is it? No. Don't want to break this, but it's got to be this one inside here. Creality, quality is job one. Yeah, there we go. What was that screw holding on? Oh, that screw is holding the fan in. Okay. So there was one screw holding this fan shroud on, and then you just had to kind of pry apart the sides and pull it off. The one screw that was inside here didn't have to come off because it's the screw holding the fan in. So I'm just going to put this back in because the fan shroud and everything looks fine. Just going to pop this one. Come on. There we go. Just going to pop this one back in place so I don't lose it. Okay, so now that I got this off, I can get we have a standard, well, while we're under here, we have, looks like what a standard Creality hot end, except they've gone from red to silver for this. Here, let me get my close-up in here for you guys too. There we go. Okay, so let me pop a wheel off here. Okay, here we go. So I can get this off and have a look at it. See how much damage has really been done here. Probably have to take the whole hot end apart to get at that. It looks like a bent piece, so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this whole hot end right off. It's a lot easier just to take it all off. Hey, Matt. Looking up a chat whenever I get the opportunity. So it looks like they're grounding something to the hot end mount here too. So interesting. Make sure I don't lose that. Let's see that. Am I in focus here? Okay. Let's pop that off. Let's here's the fan. 2 screws holding the fan on. I just want to get this whole thing apart so I can see the damage here. Park cooling fan. There we go. Don't lose the screw. There we go. Now we can get right at this. Wow. Yeah, I can see exactly the bend now. So 3, give me a second here. This one's going to be a little easier to work with. There we go, much better. Okay. Okay, come on, get off. Oh, the belt. The belt. Let's loosen the belt. There we go. So, you can see right there what's bent. This piece right here. And that's quite a bend. So, whoa, yeah. Right there. So Creality, if you're looking, that's how my printer came shipped. There's a nice little bend in that piece. Now, it's not going to be easy to bend back, but I don't know. Maybe this isn't the way to do it, but I'm going to. Oh man, that moves very easy. So what do you think? Here, have a look. Looks a little better. Let me lay it on the flat surface here. Yeah, that seems better. That seems a lot better right there. Should be able to read. Yeah, I know exactly, Jason. I know. But yeah, I don't know if you just came on or not, but we had an issue with this piece here being bent in. So the it wouldn't have made for a pretty print. So I think that's straightened out pretty good. Put it on my bench, which is flat, and it's pretty flat. Maybe just a. I don't want to overdo it. I think that's pretty good. Okay. I like your cheer there, Milan. Thank you. Do I have a drink down here? Didn't I bring a drink? I brought a drink down. Where's my drink? Give me 1 second. I have a drink here somewhere. Aha. Nothing like streaming with my Coke Zero. There we go. Okay. And it was cold down here, so I wear a sweater. And now I'm hot. It's because there's so many people watching me. Okay, let's get this put back together. We'll get the wheel on and the belt. No, put the belt on. Belt. Belt. Sorry guys, get this camera here. Belt. bolt, eccentric nut, wheel, nut. You're watching because I'm so hot. Yeah. Are you hot, mama? You sure look that way to me. Okay. Let's get this tightened up. Let's get this printer going. This shouldn't take this long, but then again, I shouldn't have to straighten out a bent part on a brand new printer. Then again, a brand new Pi 4 shouldn't have gone bust either, but hey, poop happens. Okay, and let's make sure this one's on here. And what the heck, while we're here, let's adjust this now. Now that looks a whole lot better than it did, I'll tell you that much. Let's see. Tighten the belt up. Let's get some belt tension going. A little snugger on the eccentric. There we go. And seems very smooth. Yay! Okay, let's put it back together. I'll check the eccentric on that one in a minute. Here, let's get this all back together now. Now, can he remember how to put it back together since he's taken it apart? If I don't remember how to put this back together, I don't deserve to have that big RatRig beside me. Okay. I'm going to grab my little, I got a cool little set of little different style wrenches I kind of like. These kind of wrenches are pretty cool. Sometimes they're a little better than the Allen wrenches because they're a little more, I don't know, the screws hold on them a little tighter and so forth, so makes for easier building sometimes. But nice little set I got from one of our local suppliers here. Okay. Let's get the part cooling fan on. Almost like a bought new one now. Yeah, pretty much. Probably more accurate than a bought new one there. Straighter. Okay. There we go. Hot end. Okay, that is just odd because the hot end has two. Oh, that one on the other side. Oh, that's just a weird spot. Okay. I need music. I like Nero's channel. He has music. I have no idea how he does it. Pumps his music through, but it's got to be NFR music or something like that. Oops. What are you doing, Tim? That's where the how could that have reached around the other side? I don't think it matters which side that grounding plug goes on. It's just a grounding plug. Okay. And there's the other screw through the ground plug, through the hole. Okay, let's get the fan shroud back on. Okay, looks about right. And there should be one more little screw here somewhere. I said there should be one more little screw here somewhere. Yeah. There should be one more little screw here somewhere. Aha, found it. there we go. Let me tighten that eccentric a little bit more now that everything's back together. There we go. Okay, we have the standard plastic extruder on this, single gear plastic extruder, which may or may not last. We'll see. Let me check the eccentric on the Z here. It's actually very good. Nice and snug. Actually, there is no eccentric on the Z here. Nope, that's just very snug. No eccentric on that. And then I'm just going to check the bed. And the bed is, oh, the belt is really loose for one thing. So we have belt tensioning knobs on this as well for the bed and for the X. And with the belt tensioning knob done up, we are actually a little loose. So let's snug up you a little, and let's snug up you a little. Well, almost there. There we go. All snug like a bed and a bug rug. Pay for quality and product works. You guys have a conversation. That's good. Okay. Okay. Looks like we are ready to plug it in. Let's see. Okay. The plug right here. Should I check the instructions, see if I missed anything? Shame on me if I did. Let's have a peek here. Cable connection done. Display screen done. Select the voltage. Good. They give you a nice big red, which is good to see. Big red square there that tells you to make sure you select your proper voltage. Good to see. Solution for V-wheel jamming. Okay, they tell you to adjust the eccentric nuts. They call it V-wheel adjustment. Solution for V-wheel jamming. Okay, so at least they're mentioning the eccentric nuts. Okay, so let's pull off the old screen protector here. We'll get ready to boot her up. There, let's turn this around this way. There we go. Come on, grip, grip. There we go. Fleck of dust left behind. Aha. And power on. Oh, wow. First thing we hear is the excessively loud fan. And your standard, no surprise to anybody, I got my big mug in the way. Standard screen. Yeah. So let's see if it shows a version here about Marlin 2.0.6.1, October 18, 2021. So fairly recent version of Marlin. Okay. And we have a, okay, over to the side here, we have a drawer, little parts drawer on the side. So we can put our little tools in here, our spare nozzles and our spare doomer thingies, all fit in there nicely. Yep. Boy, that fan is loud. Okay. Okay, so we're going to auto home. Oh, let's auto home. What do you think? Oh, I don't know the best view here. Gosh, I got to really work on the camera views here. So motion, auto home. Okay, we have movement. Let me do this. X homed, Y homed fine, and Z is homing, and I've got my hand on the switch. Let's see how close this is coming to the bed. Although right now, to me, it looks like the nozzle is not going to home on the bed. No. Nozzle's not even anywhere near the bed. Okay. And it's way too low. So if we, let's see if I can get you a view underneath. Show you where this homed. There we go. Oh, there's a good view. Okay, so there's the nozzle. There's the bed. And I can tell by looking that that nozzle is way below the bed. So, yeah. Let's see what we're going to... I just want to see what they tell people to do in this case. I know I got to raise that sensor, if that sensor is raisable. Move the nozzle front, left, level screw, and adjust. So basically, they're telling you how to level the bed, which is fine. But let me turn the motors off. But guaranteed. Oh wow, that's actually not as. That was an optical illusion. That looked a lot lower than I thought. Okay, I need a piece of paper. Oh no, I don't. Shame on me. I'm going to use my handy 0.2 millimeter feeler gauge. Da-da-da. Preload the springs. Yeah, that's if. Yeah, you know, and I always do that, Brandon. And let me check and see if those, if that sensor. I don't know if this sensor has any movement in it. Yeah, I think it does. But will it go any higher? Okay, let me check something here. Let me load the springs first. Let me load the springs up. Let's see how much I got to move that sensor. Somebody who's new to printing, 3D printing, would not do this. They would just go ahead with what I was just going to do and level it, which would have worked properly, perfectly. So I loaded those springs, and I've got a good 3-4 millimeter gap there now. So with the springs loaded, now let me see. Let me see if this sensor is actually. Whoop. Let me see if I can actually move this sensor. If they've allowed any. Let me get my Z up first. There we go. Okay, let's see if there's any movement. You guys can see this. So right here, there's one bolt holding the sensor. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, there is movement in it. Good. Oh, I want to lower it. What am I doing? Okay, lower it approximately. That might be a bit too low. So yeah, okay. So this sensor is movable by whatever, you know, major movement. So they've actually looked at that. I have never owned an Ender 2, so I don't know if that's something that was available in the Ender 2, the movable sensor. So, anyways, we're going to motion. Let's auto home again and see how close we come. You routed it to me. No need to touch the sensor. I wouldn't have had to touch the sensor, Liam, but I wanted to tighten the springs down. So okay. Okay, just a little more. Now, worst case, I have to loosen the springs a bit, but I'm going to lower the sensor just a little more. There we go. And then I'll just go from here. I'll home it. And then I'll just loosen the springs off as need be. That means at least they're a lot tighter than they were. They were very loose, and they're those thin, flimsy silver springs. So there we go. I won't have to, I won't have to loosen them nearly as much as I didn't want to, if that makes sense. So let's get the feeler under here. First of all, let's just loosen these off now. Okay. Man, it's tiny. I'm gonna get my big chubby hands in here. Come on. Oh, these are small knobs. I think I just set you guys up for something. I'm just gonna eyeball it for now. One of those guys that can level by eye, but I always like to get the good old feeler gauge in there too. So that looks good. Maybe a tad movement there. It feels good. Feels good. Well, these springs are really flimsy because I can almost compress them with this thing here. Anyways, they all feel pretty good right now. Yeah. Okay. Let's hold that again. Should be good. And then they go through preheating, loading filament, yada yada. Okay, let's see. So we have a micro USB port on the front here. Whoops, on the very front right. There's a micro USB. Here's a micro SD card slot right on the front here as well. They've got actually a little cutout there, actually, which is, we'll see how that works, but I think that's to get your finger in to pull the slot out. I'm assuming it's not a click in, click out because they've got that. We'll see. We'll see what that looks like. Let's preheat. Let's see if they have any pre-attach card, language, change filament. Change filament, preheat PLA. 200. Okay, we'll use the filament that came with it. What the heck? Hey, no retracting messages here now, you know that. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. And then I'll do a stream. I'll put this up against the Prusa Mini and see who does who. I love these hand-rolled sample rolls that just sort of fly everywhere. Anyways, we'll hang you there. Yeah. This is really weird feeling. It's almost chalky feeling, this filament, this sample. I'll see what the sample print's like. I'll do this, and then I'll throw some Jesse PLA on here and see See the difference. Okay, let's load her up. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is a heated bed. I was just going to say, I'm wondering if the bed heats, but yeah, this is a heated bed. For an old printer, I'm surprised, actually. I don't know, did the original Ender 2 have a heated bed? I've never seen one. I cannot, there we go. I was having trouble finding the hole. Oh, this filament feels extremely, oh, it's not going in. This filament is really, really soft. Like, wow. Hey, Tron. Welcome to the Gong Show. I bet you never thought you'd see me not doing something on the RatRig. There we go. Oh, this filament's very, very stiff going through here. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to... Okay, so this is homed on. I've got to shut this off and start it again. This is homed on the bed. Obviously, you need to not home it first. We got to raise the Z because the filament is trying to load with the nozzle flat on the bed. So there we go. Let's just get Z up a little bit here so we can actually load some filament. There we go. Yeah, they had blue filament in it before. Okay, now let's load some filament. Main. Change filament. We'll preheat again. Man, that cooled down fast. And it doesn't heat the bed up when you say preheat PLA. The bed's not heating. So, here we go. Where did I put the SD card? Probably in here. Let's see what came on the SD card. Hey, anybody want a USB SD reader? Okay, nozzle's heating again. Now that it'll actually load filament without crash squishing it into the bed. Heats the nozzle first. I like it when it heats both at the same time. Is it a new or an old? This is a new CR2 Pro. I believe this is 169 or 159 US. I believe. Wait for filament unload. I don't want it unload. What are you unloading for? I told you to load. Stop. Now it's unloading my filament. Okay. Insert filament and press to continue. I inserted it. Nozzle heating. You're already heated. You're 201 at 200. I guess it wants the temperature to settle. Waiting for filament to purge. Oh, now we're feeding filament, but it retracted it a heck of a long way. It's right here. Ooh, it's still going to come down here yet. It's right here. Are you going to go up? No, no. Purge more. It's right here. I had it down to the nozzle. It's right here. I think because I said change filament, it backed the other one out first. Okay, that makes sense because it basically idiot proof. Like it knew there was filament in there. Let's purge more. We should have filament coming out any second, guys, I promise. Triplicates of Tim. 1, 2, 3. One of them's got my belly in it right here. Yep. Let's purge more. Oh, we got some blue coming out. Oh, got some white. I put white in there, so let's get rid of the blue that's in there. There we go. Dude, looks good. Okay. There's still a tinge of, anytime you go from color to a white, still a tinge of the blue in there, but I'm going to live with that. Let's continue. Now is the bed going to heat up now that the hot end's hot? 200? No, the bed. So let me heat the bed up while we're going. Bed. Let's go to 60. Okay. Main screen. Main. Boom. Let's see what's on the card. And they actually... Oh no, I thought that was a name brand card. It's not. It's like a Nantec something. Tell me the card goes in the right way up. No, it doesn't. They always go in upside down. Oh, and it is spring-loaded. Okay. So we have attach card. Okay, print from card. Tuzi, spaceship. Okay, so here's the options we have, guys. We have Tuzi, T-U-Z-I. We have Spaceship 2, Spaceship 1. I know Liam's going nuts about now, saying, print the spaceship, print the spaceship. Hey, Llama. We have Bashu 3, and that's it. So we have Bashu 3, Spaceship 1, Spaceship 2, and Tuzi. I wonder which one's going to take the longest. I'm going to go with Tuzi, the first one. Let's see what we get. And print. Okay, let's turn this around. So we can get a view on this camera. And see what happens here. I can get in closer. Whoa, don't drop my tools. Wouldn't be a DWIT stream if the tools didn't fall off, I know, but hey. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go back to this camera. Well, we're letting this thing warm up. So here we go. I know. See, Liam, I knew you would say spaceship. And you said Tuzi. I don't know. What did I select? I selected the first one. If it goes quick, I'll do a spaceship. I'm going to switch filament to Jesse PLA after the initial test print. But while I'm waiting for that to start, I'm going to do and clean up my tools. Put them away properly. Now that we've finished repairing the damage on this printer. This one, I believe, is going for one. I'll have to look it up. 159, 169 US, I think. Yeah. David Wilson just answered there. I think that's US. I'm not printing a Marvin. That would require slicing my own Marvin. I guess I could. I don't have a slicer profile set up for this yet, but I'm sure I could probably use an Ender 3 profile for this. Just shrink the bed size a little. There we go. Starting to print. Let's get on this one here so you guys can see the action. I'm an oozler. I pick out the ooze. An oozler. Wow, my studio has not been this clean in a long time. Okay, let's see what we're doing. We're purging. And it looks like we have a purge line. Yay! And we have, oops, not very good adhesion. Okay, we're going to stop this already. Let's do a takeover, a do-over. That's why I don't like. I don't like these ones that go right into the print. And that bed was leveled. Don't anybody tell me I didn't level my bed. I did. I like having a skirt because I can actually, I didn't even look to see if this has a Z adjust. Let's start the print again. Let's see, do I have a Z adjust on this? I probably don't. If this is based tune, nozzle, 0, fan speed, baby step X, baby step Y, baby step Z. Why would I baby step X and Y? It does have baby stepping on it. Why would I baby step X and Y? I don't think I've seen that on a printer before. I'll just raise the back of this bed a little. Because it seemed to be a little low on the back. But anyways, whatever. Because Creality felt that baby stepping X and Y was critical. Is that to compensate for any layer shifting? So if you get a layer shift, you can baby step your X and Y back. I don't get it. Or I just don't know. Well, my belt tensions are fine. Lots of room for movement on the belts. It's actually to center on the bed. Oh, okay. It is a Build-Tack soft magnetic bed, yes. Okay, take two. There we go. There's better squish. Oh, maybe too much. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, let's see what koozie is. And I'm sorry, I'm one of those guys that has to take the purge line off the bed while it's printing. Clean bed. It's a brand new bed. I guess that's no excuse, though. Yeah, see, it's not. Okay, well, that's not working. Third time's a charm, maybe? Wow. Okay, well, that was definitely not too close, not too far. Okay, well, we're going to try one more. The bed's clean. It should be. I'll give it a wipe anyways, but hot clean. There we go. Get any of my greasy garment fingerprints off of it. Oh, you tossed it out. One more try. .2 layer height after bed leveling. I have no idea. It's just it's off the card. I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if some of these cards are even like a 0.16 or something, because a lot of the models seem too good almost on some of these test prints. But yeah, it's just a test print that was on the card. I haven't done anything in the slicer for this printer. I should have set up the slicer in advance, but I didn't. Only been going, what time is it? 7:21. Oh, okay, an hour and a half. Oh, wow. I thought this would be a little quicker. It should be, but it's me. No, it's me. No, it's me. No, it's not you, it's me. No, it is me. Let's see if we stick this time. I can level on the fly. Good looking purge line again. Okay. So far looks good. It does not want to flow. Let's see what is happening. I have my suspicions as to why this is doing what it's doing. Let's just see what happens here, because there is practically nothing coming out of there. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with my suspicions, guys. Okay, because if we have a look, you'll see that we have like absolutely zero. So and I know you're all going to say level my bed, it's too squishy, and it's not. We're going to get that off, we'll see. I think I'm going to blame the filament. This stuff is extremely, I had to actually force this to go through the Bowden tube when I loaded it, so I think I'm going to trash this for now, and I'm going to get some Jesse PLA. I'm going to unload this. Just 1 second. Okay, hang on, guys, 1 second.
Daddy, wait, can I hit that light button?
Yeah, come here. Right there. Look right in there and say it. Oops.
My school's not.
Look right in there. They can still see you. Look right in there and say it.
Hit that like button and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hi, Dad.
Hi. You have to hit that like button now that Ethan said it. So, where are my? Okay. Let me just clean this off here a bit. There goes the bed already. Okay, let me heat this up. Get some real filament. Let's get some Jesse PLA blue. Yeah, this stuff, number one, it feels very, it just doesn't feel right. And it was pretty rough going through that Bowden tube. So I'm going to switch this out. If all else fails, blame the filament, right? My nice bed. Dang. That's okay. We'll get a print out of this thing. Is the PTFE2 pinched? It doesn't look like it. No. No. No, I don't think so. But you feel enough filament, you can feel this filament's just, there's something off about it. Now the PTFE looks pretty good. Okay, filament's unloading. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's try this Jessie Blue. Ooh, 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 Jessie Blue. Making dreams that will never come true. Yes, I sing. I don't dance. Oh, right away. I can feel that filament coming through so much easier. Yeah, but, oh, there we go. So we're purging the filament, getting the blue in, getting Jessie Blue. Okay, that's plenty. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try this. Print. 2Z. See if that makes a difference. Or if it's not the filament, it's operator error. But I'd rather be doing the RatRig, but hey, I can't. Sing to you. Moist. You just wanted to say moist on my stream, Jason. The filament might have been moist. Ooh, 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 Jessie Blue. Filament that's too good to be true. Oh, the viewership just dropped in half. Why? Oh, my drink is empty. Yeah, I want to print. Come on, sitting there saying, "You sure you want to print this print?" I wouldn't have selected it if I didn't want to print it. So, this camera, and this camera. Never know where to look. Don't forget to adjust the close-up. Oh, yes, thank you. Good man. See, at least somebody here is paying attention. Let's see what happens. Moist is my cake. Okay, you got me paranoid about kink. I should put the blue PTFE in here anyways, the Capricorn, because I don't necessarily think this stuff is the best. Come on, Ender, warm up. 200 and hot bed is almost ready. I'm going to crank that temperature up a little bit. I run my Jessie at 210. I run my Jessie at 210. What do you run your Jessie at? Yeah, David, I've got a new Pi coming in. I think there's something wrong with the Wi-Fi on the Pi. So I've got one coming in to fix it. We couldn't get it to connect. Okay, there we go. We got blue purging happening. Okay, we have a blue skirt happening. We need to lower that Z a little bit. We're still too high. There we go. There we go. Hard to see under there, but it is printing. I think that other filament was either moist or just crap. Can't even tell what's going to be. It's a tiny print, whatever it is, so I don't think it's going to be a very long print. Well, I don't know how tall it's going to be, but it's a very tiny print. Okay, yeah, so we can keep an eye on that. Don't necessarily need the overhead view. Let me do something here. Da, 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 da. Let me go from this to let's do this. Let's make this. No, I got a better idea. I'm just playing, and there we go. Okay, let's just leave that like that. Let's go to this view, and let's move me over here. And let's make me a little bigger. There we go. We'll just do that view for now while this thing prints. Skirt was a little loose, but I had to do a quick Z adjust on the skirt while the skirt was printing there. So let's see what prints here. There we go. Anyways, nice red theme on this thing. Hey, Jake. And hey, NTM, Mike, how are you? 42 people. Wow, that's great. I think that's a record for me. Or is it a record? I think I might have had 50 at one point. Maker Taker, it didn't take long to assemble in a sense. I would say if you're building it, it's 10-minute assembly at the most. You're speaking 4 screws to put the gantry on. You're speaking 2 screws for the handle, plugging in the display, and then it took me a little longer. I had a bent roller on the hot end carriage. I had to disassemble the hot end. I had to fix the bent wheel and then reassemble the hot end and get it going. So that's sort of why it's taken me this long to get the print going. So, yeah. But no, it's very, very fast assembly. Like, we're speaking really quick, 10 minutes tops. I got my Jessie PLA from Printed Solid. But I ordered 2, 4, 6, 8 rolls, I believe, at a time. And yeah, I ordered 8 rolls to make shipping worth it. So, and I don't remember what the shipping was on this. Let's see, I can probably look that up for you. And it was, for me, it was reasonable. And I really wanted to try that filament. You have to have at least 30 minutes for troubleshooting and repairing that printer. Yes, there's no reason it should have come bent the way it did. I'm not even going to bother complaining with Creality because it was an easy fix. And this should The print looks like it's going to be fine. But the samples, and we all know this, they're starting to send, some of them are starting to send nice 1/4 kilogram or whatever sample spools, which are good, but these loose samples they're sending, this one was crap. So let me see. Do I have my Jesse PLA shipment handy here? No, I don't. Yeah, maybe printed solid. Jesse PLA 246. Well, I ordered 6 rolls plus a connector kit for DWIT, which I'm not using anymore. Yeah, I paid $43 shipping, but that was for 6 rolls, so you're speaking $8 a roll shipping, and the price of the filament was not bad. I'd pay a little more than I would pay in Canada for a roll of filament here, but I just wanted to get some Jesse PLA in my hands and try it, and it's beautiful filament. It is very nice filament, but I would never order just 1 roll. Yeah. Because yeah, $30 shipping for 1 roll is excessive, but I paid $48 for 6 rolls, so that's not bad. So far, Tron, I love it. I've done a few different prints in it. I printed this little, not a lot, but I printed this little snowflake in it. This is their Fire Blood Red or whatever it's called. Beautiful, beautiful PLA. This was done in the RatRig before the Pi decided that it didn't want to slice anymore. Sorry, that was a bad joke. And I said bye to my Raspberry Pi. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Tried to print with the Pi, but it just had to die. So yeah, the print on that looks great. If I I love the build plate of the RatRig too. I don't know if that'll focus in there too well or not, but I like that surface from the RatRig build plate there. So the camera does not do this filament color justice at all. This filament it's beautiful. It's like a deep blood red. This camera's a much better rendition, but that's even too bright. This is more of a blood red, like a dark blood red color. So I don't have the expensive fancy cameras to show off all that stuff. So somebody put somebody in timeout. Can't be abusing your wrench there, Matt. Come on now. I accidentally timed somebody out on a first layer stream once. I was trying to remove some spam, but somebody removed it before me, and I timed out a user by mistake. It happened. The Snowflake model link, I got it on Thingiverse. I can try and look it up for you. It was just a 3D snowflake. Let me see if I can find it while this is printing. Let's see what we're printing here. It almost looks like a mini benchy or something. Well, maybe not. Okay. Let's see if I can find that snowflake for you. Thingiverse. I wish it had like your latest downloads, because mind you, I haven't signed in. I'm not signed into this anymore. I don't do a lot of Thingiverse models anymore. I tend to design my own stuff so far. Jason, it was Jason you timed out. I thought, for some reason, you timed out Steven. Well, that's okay. You can time out Jason anytime you want. No, don't. I'm just kidding. Jason, what did you do to deserve a timeout? $300 for free shipping to Canada. It's not bad, though, if you use a lot of filament. Meant to ban you instead. No, you can't time Jason out. Jason has been more help than you guys know to me, so Jason is a good man. I don't care what everybody else says about him. Let me see if I can find this for you real quick here. It's a beautiful snowflake. Prints in 3 parts. Printed pretty quick on the RatRig. And then you just sort of assemble them together, tie the top, and Bob's your uncle. But I had a hard time finding it last time. It was my beautiful wife that pointed it out that liked the design. Hopefully I can find it here. I'm on page 5. That's not it. I wish I had a file repository I could just put in my own file and I could send you guys a link to it, actually. But I suppose I could do that with my Dropbox account. I could always put a link to a Dropbox account that anybody can go in and just grab a file. I am not finding it, and I'm on page 11 now. It's what I don't like. You know, one time it can show up on page 2, and then it'll show up on page 12, and then next time it'll show up on page 1. It is annoying. It's an Alberta thing. Beautiful wife. There is a camping getter in Alberta that says, is there? Probably an Alberta thing. Let me try a different search function. 3D snowflake. There's a couple 3D, but anyways, that's, I'll go back to the beginning. That's how I searched for it, was just 3D snowflake, and it came up. But man, there's too many. They're all 3D because they're all 3D printed, but this one's actually a 3D snowflake. Ah, is that it? I found it. There we go. I'm going to put a link to it right now. Copy. And we're going to post the link right now for you. There's a link to the 3D snowflake. Yay! Okay. And that link I posted is the link to this guy. Yeah, it's pretty cute. Pretty nice. Make sure you print it in the color your wife asks you to print it in, though, because otherwise you'll end up just putting it on display in your studio. You're welcome, Kieran. Free shipping in US for orders over 45. Yes. Are you speaking Printed Solid? Yeah. I have another product from Printed Solid I'm waiting to try. I got it from Printed Solid. It's a Slice Engineering product. I've not tried it yet, but I'll try it on one of my other printers one day. But it is a plastic repellent from Slice Engineering, and basically plastic repellent paint. And the idea behind this is you paint this on your nozzle. Now, even if you have a sock, you can paint it on your nozzle, and it basically is supposed to help from the filament sticking to your nozzle. We all have that issue where you're going around, the filament sticks to your nozzle, picks up a stray piece. This is supposed to help that. So I got some to try. I haven't tried it yet, but I will. So far, get in a little closer. It looks like a decent print. Beautiful color filament. Jessie PLA blue. Ooh, Jessie blue. Okay, that's old. Print out a box full of snowflakes for the wife to give away for Christmas. Yeah. If the RatRig's up and running, I can print a whole bunch at once. Plastic repellent works wonders for bed adhesion. I'll try that, Tron. Gee, I wonder how this would work. Quick shave. Don't try this at home. I shouldn't do that with my track record of injuries. Oh, is it my fan working? I am hot. It is working. Oh, there we go. Good. Ooh, that's better. Okay. Wet and moist snowflakes for Jason in LA, in Las Vegas. Yeah. Get some of them moist snowflakes printed, Jason. Might be a little bunny rabbit. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Looks like it's got a little butt there and some feet in the front. It's a cute little printer. What's the bag size on this thing? Where's my handy dandy little... oh, heck, I could probably measure this bed with my calipers. Let's see. Maybe not quite. But it's about, oh yeah, well, close. So it looks like about 160. Boom. Boom, there we go. Yeah, 155 to there. So it's like 160 by, I'm going to call it 150 by 150 print area. Yeah. Put a 150 by 150. Probably by about, oh, I don't know, 200. I could look it up, but that'd be too easy. So let's look it up, just out of curiosity. Ender 2 Pro. Creality, Banggood. Let's go to Creality. Pre-order from China. They are selling $169 US directly from Creality. And we are looking at 165 by 165 by 180. Bullshit. What hot end's in there? Just a standard Creality hot end. Good old standard. It's not red though, it's silver, but it's a standard Creality hot end. Somewhere in here. Oh, right there, right in front of me. Let's see. I guess that could be a 165. I wouldn't want to build that close to the edge of the bed. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, that's very, the bed itself is exactly 165 to the outer edges. I would not want to print right to the outer edge on this. Yeah, your Liam 160 is more like it. I wouldn't want to go that extra 5. But that print looks nice so far. Decent looking print so far. We'll get real close. I would probably put a magnetic PEI flex plate on this. I don't know how much I'll use it, much of it. Actually, what I really need to do is I should put this next to my King Rune next to my Prusa Mini, because they are all cantilever style printers, and do a print off one day. Yeah. Where am I here? Where's the chat? Some of these comments have got to be put up here. There we go. Now that we're just waiting for this print to go. 37 people viewing. Thank you, everybody who's on here. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. I am close. I am at 929 subscribers, guys. I'm 71 away from my magic 1,000 mark. So, woohoo! Creality, that's what I think, Jason. I think they slice their models at very low layers so that they look good in the test print. And why wouldn't they? Of course, why wouldn't they? So, because that's very non-visible layer lines there. I mean, that's very smooth surface. Mind you, it's great filament on there too. So. Oh, you think so, Tron? Okay, I would hope so. That'd be you know what? That'd be a really good Christmas gift for me from the community if I had 1,000 subs. Oh, okay, you're calling it. See how well you see how predictable it is. I'm wondering if you should try G10 on more printers. G10. G10. What is G10? Oh, as a print bed. Okay. Blasto Supreme, hello. Have you been on here the whole time? I don't recognize your name. I don't recognize a lot of names, and I apologize if you've been on here before, and I call you out and say, hey, welcome, but through the RatRig build with Jason helping and everything, I haven't been able to really keep a close eye on the chat. Whereas doing these builds and the test prints, I can now focus a little bit more on the chat. So hello there, Blasto Supreme. You print edge to edge on your Ender 3. Yeah, okay. Do you have, is it the soft flexible bed too? The only reason I said that is on this bed, the edges of this flexi sheet sort of hang a little over the edge of the hot plate of the actual aluminum bed under there. So find it hard to remember all of you. Well, I'll never forget my first. Well, there's a standard group of people that come on every Sunday, and I mean, you guys have become good friends. And yeah, when you get that, I imagine like a what's his name over in Australia, Maker's Muse, what, like 700 and something thousand subscribers. Of course, you're not going to remember all of them, but there's that core group that are always there that you will remember and that you recognize and you know, that participate and all that. There's that core group. But no, it's crazy. And look at these guys, like when Joel does his streams, it's next to impossible to keep up with the chat. I've never had to use slow mode on my chat yet. So maybe the day will come I'll have to, but who knows? Oh, we have been on live streams together. Okay. I apologize. Yeah, Carl, you missed the odd one, don't you? Well, Kieran, there's that core group, and then there's that really small core group that, yeah, you're probably right there. But you know what? Wrong reasons can be right reasons, and it's great. You know, it is. It's awesome. It's such a great community. I mean, you know, most of us have never met in person. I'm hoping to get out to RepRap next year and the Earth, yeah. Anyways, and hopefully meet some of you guys. Most of us have never met in person, but it's still amazing the rapport and the friendship you can build up just through what we do here. So, you know, and then again, maybe people, you know, maybe you meet somebody in person, you'll meet me in person and go, ooh, that's him? I thought he was a guy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Who needs a slow mode when Tim is here? Exactly. The overhangs look pretty impressive on this little printer. Yeah, so far, eh? Right. Oh, there's the Canadian in me. So far, eh? Yeah, right on this side over here. That's little overhang. So far, looks not bad. Haven't looked underneath it, but hey. I've heard it's a really good printer. Murph, Midwest. Yeah, oh, Murph. Definitely. That'd be easy for me to get to because I'm right up above Montana. I'm straight up above Montana. I'm only like a 4-hour drive from Montana. I'll have to look up G10. I haven't heard of that bed. Drinking the Moosehead, huh? Oh, we're back up to 41 viewers. Welcome, viewers. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, there's going to be a good giveaway. I don't know if it's a good giveaway, but it's going to be a giveaway. So, yeah. I am 71 away. 71. 71. We can do this. Ouch. We can do this. I'll go to Murph. You may want to bring a squeegee. That's Murph is where the floor was pretty slippery for you, wasn't it, John? Yeah. You were saying that your crutches were sort of sliding on the floor and it had issues. It was humidity, I assume, then. Midwest humidity. Anybody know where has it been announced where Murph is going to be for 2022 yet? Better rig the giveaway so you win something, Tron. Ah, okay, we'll see. I got to rig it so that Matt doesn't win anything. My goodness, he's so lucky. Bring in 71 subs and I bet Tim can work something out. Yeah. Yeah. Really gets sticky when heated plastic that you cannot get the part off the bed before the bed cools. Maker Fair in Calgary. Yes, I've heard about that. We have a Maker Fair coming to Calgary. I'm trying to get a booth. I've inquired into that already. Yes, it's exciting. It hasn't been a Maker Fair here in forever. Well, since I've been 3D printing, I haven't seen a Maker Fair, so that's going to be exciting. Matt and Astro Printer will win it all. Yep, Matt may win his third focus. You never know. Yeah, I'll probably meet some local makers that I haven't met before at the Calgary Maker Fair. So, but I've met a lot of the community in this area, but I'm sure there's going to be some people come from maybe BC or Saskatchewan or even Edmonton down to the Maker Fair here. So, yeah. Matt is banned from winning. Yes. We need signs that ban Matt. Oh, poor Matt. You haven't won anything, Brendan. It only took like 26-hour drive for Tim to get to Goshen from Murph. And where does Tim live? And where is the Murph this year? Too cheap for a venue like that. I went to a nice sign show in Vegas once at the it was at the one right beside the Luxor. I forget what it was called, but that was beautiful. They had a really massive sign show, sign expo. So, oh, okay. He gave you one and swapped the other for a Prusa Mini. Oh, wow. Okay, didn't know that. Nice. Louise, can you do it with another printer or two? Really? Okay, we're coming to the end of this print here, guys. And I'll start another one, and I'm like, it's 8 o'clock, 2 hours. I'll start another one, but I don't think I'll stay on much longer than 8 or 8:30. But yeah, it's a pretty simple printer to build. Printing nice. It's small. It'll serve its purposes. I have no clue what the original Ender 2 was all about. So, but I believe what they've done to improve it is we've got a handle, probably a better extruder. We've got some tensioning knobs on the Y and the X. And I haven't checked out the power supply. We've got a little drawer in the side here for holding all our parts. Looks like the power supply as a whole, looks like the back itself is the entire power supply, makes up the back. So in other words, there's feet on the power supply, and then it's attached to the rest here, which makes sense. So, which kind of makes sense for saving. That's a nice little unit. You know, when you take that spool holder and fold it off, you can pop that screen off easily, and then it's extremely light to carry around. So, nice little printer so far. just have to get Clipper put on it and be all set. Anybody Clippered Ender 2 Pro yet? Listen to me. I was afraid of Clipper at one point. And now I'm like, whoa. Because I really, really, really like it. But that means I'd have to put a Pi on this thing. And I haven't had luck with the Pi. Mandalay Bay. Okay, that's what it was. It was Mandalay Bay where I was, Jason, for the Sign Expo many years ago. But it's a massive Sign Expo that they have. I think they have it in Vegas every 3 years or every 3 or 4 years for the sign industry. So I stayed at the Luxor, which is a nice hotel. I mean, they're all nice in Vegas. I mean, I've stayed at many different ones. The nicest I've stayed at there has been the Mirage. Penthouse Suite in the Mirage was awesome. And then I've been to Circus. I've been to Mandalay Bay. I've been to Luxor. I've been to Caesars and all that. But yeah, I like Vegas. Vegas is it's a nice place to visit once in a while, as far as the the touristy part goes. So Tim is a Clipper expert now. Yes, I gotta admit, I really, really find it easier to once Jason taught me a lot of the ins and outs of it, and now I can sort of find my way around inside it. I kind of like it. Where I get confused is we had gone into the Pi, and that's where you've got to go in through Gimbal. No, Gimbal. Guppy. No. Hang on, I'll find it. You got to go into the Pi through. Oh man. Anyways, Gibble. No. Somebody's having a good laugh at me right now. Putty. Thank you. Putty. You go into the Pi through Putty, but then to me, that's where I get confused because it becomes almost like lines of coding. It's almost like going into the console on a Macintosh, and then you have to know exactly what you're typing to do what you're doing because you're doing behind the scenes program. That's where I get lost. I can follow instructions, cut and paste, but I honestly, with some of the stuff that Jason and I did, I was doing it, but I had no clue what I was doing. So, but it worked. You're planning on using a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W as the reviews I've seen from it says it will handle Octoprint. That's what I hear, and Jason was saying that it's got a more powerful processor in it. So yeah, that's what I've got. I've got 2 of them coming. That's what's going to go on the RatRig to replace this dead one. Although apparently this can be fixed. So I'm taking it over to my buddy from the First Layer, Brian. And he's going to have a look at the Wi-Fi on this. He thinks he can fix the Wi-Fi with it's a chip or something. So there may be life in this yet. I'll just have a lot of spare parts. So like the old days before Windows, DOS. I learned on DOS, CD, blah blah blah, and all this. But yeah, so. But I learn by doing. So. And I'm a visual learner, so and I'm a quick study. So now that I kind of understand the ins and outs of Clipper and how the config files work, how you have to go into some of them and copy the information, bring it out to the main printer config, do this and that, I can pretty much mush my way around it now. I now need to figure out. I want to take my old it's not an iPad, it's a Samsung Note, whatever those things are called, tablet. I want to use my tablet for the display for this thing, but apparently there's a Clipper software or something you can load on the tablet to plug in or to read the, you know what I mean, to use it as an interface. So I've got to learn how to do that now, but that shouldn't be too difficult. I was going to use, where did I put it? I have this guy. I still have this guy, the Panel Do 5-inch screen that I could use, but the tablet I have is nice and big, and I'd like to try the tablet first, and I have this for something else. So I could use that Panel Do, for instance, on the Voron Zero. Clipper screen. Thank you, Jason. Clipper screen. I'm going to write that down right now so I can remember to look it up and do some research on it. Clipper screen. There we go. I think whoever said it was a bunny is right. It looks like it's going to be a little sitting bunny. So we'll look up Clipper screen this week and see what I can do. Well, once I get it up and once I get the printer up and running again. Open a browser window. No, I was thinking of a tablet. Yeah. Should use Bitbase SSH clients instead of PuTTY has file manager built in. Oh, so much to learn. You were right with the Printron. Yes, it was you that said it. Little bunny. Looks like we're up in the ears now. And if I look at it in real life versus through the camera, that's not a bad looking print. It's a long print for a bunny. This I've had 6 of these done on the RatRig by now, but hey, that's okay. I haven't put a clipper on this thing yet to speed it up. No, I'm not going to be a clipper fanboy. Tuzi is the Chinese word for rabbit. Ah, only Jason would know that. What's that noise? Yeah. So, yeah, again, back to this printer. As I said before, plastic feeder here with the single gear. So it's the old plastic one, and I've heard that there's, I believe it's this piece back here that you sort of squeeze to release the filament that can crack. And it'll crack, and you may not notice it's cracking until you realize you have feeding problems. So I have probably 12 of these metal dual gear extruders sitting around. I may replace that on this, or that's what I would replace. Definitely put the Capricorn tubing in this thing instead of this. Hot end's fine. Leave it as it is. Cooling seems to be fine on this. I may swap it and put a magnetic PEI build plate on it. Plate for this size cannot be that expensive and cheap. If not, maybe a piece of glass. We'll see. I like the fact that their Z sensor, there's lots of room to raise and lower it when you change the bed type on it. So, because I'm really not a fan of these plastic magnet things here. So they wear out pretty quick, and it's real easy to damage them with your nozzle. Your wealth of useless knowledge. Nah, I disagree. No, not your wealth of knowledge, but I don't think it's all useless. So yeah, other than that, there's not much to say about this printer. A lot of mold injected plastic parts on it, which is to be expected. Yeah, I don't know what kind of a power supply. Probably not a name brand for the price of the printer. I imagine there's not a lot of high-end stuff for the price of the printer. So the leveling knobs for a guy like me with big hands are very tough to get at, but shouldn't have to move them much once they're level. I may replace this with the yellow springs. We'll see if the yellow springs are not too big for this, although they should fit this. They'll compress a little better, and they'll stay a little tighter than these cheap silver springs. Cable management, I got no problem with the way they've got this all set up. Seems fine. So, yeah. I'll do some big print. I'll do a bigger print on it. I'll try a few different prints and see how the printing quality stays, if it stays consistent. And then I will try, maybe this week, I'm going to do, I don't know if I'll do a video, but I'm going to try and hook up this guy. I'll see if this will work with this. 809 right now, otherwise I would attempt this right now, but that's this guy that Tripods Garage John has done a review on this. He had pretty much zero luck with getting it to work on the printers, so I think I would try it on this one just to see. And just because I have it to try it. Not that I'll leave it on it or whatever, but what the heck. So, and it might even be able to upgrade this. I also have this screen here, which is the touch screen for the Ender 3 Ender 3 V2, a touchscreen for upgrade for that. This may work on this printer too. I have to look and see if I can put that on this, because I haven't obviously not installed this touchscreen on any of the printers yet. I just have this sitting here, so look into that maybe. So that's another future thing, is to get this guy set up, Ender 3 touchscreen. And I have a couple other upgrades on my shelf over here to do to the Prusas. So I've got the plus upgrades for my 2 Prusa printers that I want to do down the road here. So now that the RatRig is coming to a close, I can start focusing on some of the other things I want to do, like the upgrades. The CR30 is still sitting in a box over here. So we got to get the CR30 out and going here eventually too. But I need my RatRig table to be finished in order to get it off this bench before I can do that. So, and of course, yes, my brother is building a RatRig bench for me. So usually when family does something for family, I won't bug him, because I know he does good work. I know he'll give me a great deal on it. So he'll get to it when he gets to it. He's pretty busy with what he does. So, yeah. What fire extinguishers do you recommend being an expert? Yeah, I'm not. You know, in all seriousness, I should have a fire extinguisher down here handy. I have one upstairs. I got to get one for the basement. So the screen only works for the firmware on the Ender 3 V2. Okay, well, good to know. Fair enough. That's what I bought it for initially, anyways, was the upgrade for that. So I'm just waiting. That's one of my future streams. So yeah, hailing system. Kitty would be your recommendations for fire extinguishers. I buy my fire extinguishers at Costco. They're I don't know, they're $30 or $40. You get it. They've got like a 10-year life to them. As long as that arrow's in the green, which means okay, they should be good. So they don't need an annual inspection because of what they are, and they're good for a variety of fires. So okay, we got some bunny ears going, and then I think we're good. Yeah, I think we'll finish this print because we're over 2 hours now, and yeah, and if the print prints this nicely with a sample file, of course, we can always slice files to look just as good. So, but yeah, great printer for what it is and for the price. You can't beat the price. So, you know, it's one of those things where somebody says, I have X amount of money. If somebody says, I have a $200 budget for a printer, US or whatever, say this, you got this, or you can spend a little more and get an Ender 3 V2. I think they're both going to print well. I think this one here has obviously got smaller build volume on it. And now that I think about it and I'm listening, it's obviously got silent steppers in it as well, because I'm not hearing any of the stepper noise at all. So there's another upgrade from the original Ender 2, would be the silent steppers. So don't know what kind of board. I haven't opened it up. I might open it up, I might not. I got to check for tinned wires. There's a few things I want to check for. So, but we're running out of time on the stream thanks to my bent wheel and my 3 missed starts because of the crappy filament that I should have just scrapped right off the get-go. So, yeah. Type ABC fire extinguishers are a proud sponsor of Tripod's Garage. I need to take my Tripod Garage shirt and have a fire extinguisher off to the side blasting it. That would be kind of cool. I know a guy who could do that. Bunny ears, the first thing that get eaten at Easter. And you're just finishing them off. There's a bunny butt. Can I get around to the front a bit? Let's see. Oh, let's leave the light on. There we go. Let's focus. There we go. There's a nice look at the bunny. Yeah, you can see the layer lines a bit there. They're more enhanced with the light on it, but in real life, they're your typical layer lines. Yeah, that makes it look awful. with the light on, but yeah, because you got the light shining right in the shadow of the layer lines, so it makes them look a little more enhanced than they really are. When am I going to build a Voron Zero? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I have a local supplier that's offered to give me a $100 off the package. So a brand new startup local supplier, $100 off the package is very tempting. So stay tuned. I'd love to get the gold edition, but we've sold out of the gold. That's going to be when I start, when I hit my 1,000 subscribers and start monetizing. I have a super chat button on there, or I have a whatever. Then I'm going to start raising my money for the Voron Zero. And anything that's donated will go directly to the Voron Zero and doing builds like that. So there we go. I don't have any Vorons currently, Tron. No. I steered, and I was looking Voron RatRig because my buddies at the first layer were doing a Voron build. I thought, oh, cool. I looked, and then I was on a stream with I forget whose stream I was on with. It was I know Tripod was there, Jason was there, Sam Prentice was there, etc. And it was a stream that was with the Voron guys or the RatRig guys, or we were watching it or something. Anyways, and so when I saw that RatRig included the entire package, other than a few little items you had to buy separate, but it was a full kit with everything. Nothing had to be sourced. And I said, okay, that's what I want to do. Versus the Voron, where I would have had to have ordered my rails, ordered my bed, ordered my my extrusions, ordered everything from this source, this supplier, this supplier, this supplier, this supplier. I decided, no, I'm not experienced enough right now. I need the package so that I know what I'm getting. So, and like the Voron Zero, it comes as a complete kit with the enclosure and everything. So that's where I may go that way. So, yeah. A dueling V0 build, Jason. Hey, I'm up for it. If I can get the money raised to buy one, I will do that, and I will stream a duel. We could do that. You have a slight advantage because you just finished building a Voron, but hey, you could maybe give me 10-minute head starts on the stream. A 10-minute head start. Well, they have an upgrade kit with the new bearings. I don't know. They might. I haven't heard of any. I know they've changed a few things since I bought mine now, too, but I imagine they may have an upgrade kit. I can have a 30-minute head start. Oh, are we cocky or what? And you'd still leave me in the dust, my friend. You would. Because you've seen how I build. and you know, especially on the days when you said, now do you want me to show you how to do it the easy way? Yeah, but yeah. That's what I've heard, Sandra, is it's a pain to get some of the parts. And replacement parts, yeah. Well, from what I understand, the Voron, you can you download the print parts, you print your parts, and then you source your parts from wherever you want. You can get a bill of goods or like a shopping list from the Voron site, and they tell you exactly what you need to buy. But then it's like, okay, and here's some recommended suppliers, and then you go out and get it. The RatRig came out to, I think, the overall price. Oh, when all is said and done, was like $2,800 or something like that. When all was said and done, shipping, all my other spare parts, everything like that. It was not bad for this size of a printer. Not bad at all. Bill of materials kit, yeah, BOM, bill of materials. Shopping list, bill of materials, yeah. Yeah. And I know right now with RatRig, it's like When I ordered mine, it was a 6-week delivery window, and I think it was 12 weeks later is when it showed up. So you got to be patient for the kits like that. Those ears look terrible on camera, but they look great in person. Yeah, it's, if I turn the light off so there's no reflections now, then you really can't see much going on. Come on, bunny. How close can I get into the bunny without hitting the head now? Can I focus on that? Let's see. There we go. Yeah, you can see those top layer lines. You know, that's something that in you look at that with those layer lines at the top of the bunny's back. Now in Prusa Slicer, and I assume in Super Slicer, there's something you can do where it takes it from a 0.2 down to a 0.1 to a whatever, and it basically graduates those lines up so that it would smooth that back right off. So that's a cool thing I've never tried yet, but apparently you can do that in those in Prusa Slicer. 400 by 400 bed. Yeah. Yeah, I think my next build as far as a scratch would be the V0. Yeah. And I don't know, a build off with Jason, gosh, that would be like doing a I don't know. That scares me. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, there will be suppliers out there that will sell the kits for sure. Reputable suppliers. Okay, this is what I was trying to think. So Jason and me doing a build off on a Voron Zero would be like me doing a build off on a rocket ship with Elon Musk. Just saying. So, yeah. I can do it. Yeah, I know. I think I could handle it now. I've gained some experience through this whole RatRig process, which is great. Got it done before my birthday, printing and done before my birthday, so we hit that goal. Yeah, now we're gonna try and it was predicted that I'm gonna do 1,000 subs before Christmas, before the new year. So we have December. Oh, we only have a month and a half for me to get 71 subs. So I think this video is gonna, as far as being the Ender 2 Pro, is gonna have a little bit of views on YouTube. For those of you that are watching now after the live stream, in fact, thank you for watching, like, and subscribe. And then I'm going to be doing some upgrade videos and so forth. So, and those ones tend to have a little more viewership than, say, the RatRig, because the RatRig is aimed at a specific audience that is going to be doing printers like that, whereas this is a $169 printer. People may say, well, what's out there? And they may watch my live stream and say, oh, well, that's not a bad little printer. You know, and they'll be more apt to watch this video than they would a RatRig build. So, yes, never let the machines win. Has it right, Mike? Hit that like button and subscribe. You'll be notified of other videos on here. We'll be doing more. I did a count today. I've got over 100 videos now, so it's great. And for live streams, that's incredible. Looks like we're almost done the rabbit. Rabbit's done. Yay! Okay. Boom chaka. Let's have a look at the rabbit. Love the color of that filament. Wow. And he just comes off the bed. Come on. Come on. Just like that. The bottom, there we go. The bottom is a little bit mucked up because of my screw up with the other filament, but here we go. So there's the Bottom layer is not bad. It's tiny, but it looks ugly because of the it's got some residue left over from the mishap on the other one. But the rest of this looks decent. Under the chin, the overhang right there, little overhang that was under the chin, not bad. You can see the layers coming up on his back there, but pretty typical for a model like this. But it's good. Yeah, that looks like about a 0.1 layer height for this overall thing. But that's not bad, you know, with a printer like this. Pretty good. Tiny, 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 tiny little bit of stringing between the ears. Again, retraction settings, etc. But this little bunny looks good. Hello. What's that? Who's that? Hello. Oh, okay, there we go. Down bunny, down bunny. So, yeah, there we go. Pretty good overall. You know? Yeah. And beautiful filament. Oh, I love this Jessie PLA. Anyways, enough about the filament. Getting too excited. Yeah, loud. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but the fan, the main power fan, which is probably the fan in the power supply, is the loudest thing on this. If I turn it off, oh, it's much quieter. Let's have a quick peek. I'm just going to pop this filament off for a second. We're at 8:30, so I'm going to call this a quits pretty shortly. Oh, sure, cut it off so it's just shy of being able to fit in the hole. That's one thing I don't like about these solid spools, is that you have to back it up a whole mile to find the hole. There we go. Okay, let's put that aside. I just want to have a quick look at the bottom of this thing. I'm going to pop this display off so I don't accidentally break it. So yeah, it looks like this whole part here is power supply. And I'm not going to open that. I'm going to just do it quick here, since we've got a couple of minutes left here. I just want to see what it looks like inside here. Here we go. Oh, is this, where did I, there's screws underneath the feet too, I'll bet. No, there can't be. That would be dumb. That would be dumb. There are. I'll have to glue them back on. Okay, that's how they void your warranty. Peel the feet off to get at the screws. See you, David. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. Let's see what we got. We got a fan in here, so let's pop the camera over here. See if we can get a view inside here. Okay. It is a Creality version 4.2.3 board. It looks like tinned wires, of course. And there are steppers. Can't tell what the steppers are. I can't read them. But they're definitely silent steppers. Yeah, so nice small compact board. So we'll fix those tinned wires. We'll put some ferrules on those one eventually. But yeah, that's kind of what she looks like inside under the cover there. And then up above over here looks like it's all probably a custom power supply. And I believe it is 24 volts. 24 volts. So yeah. Maybe. What hot glue revision? Yeah, exactly. Let's see. There is oh yeah, there's hot glue. Of course. There's hot glue. Even with hot glue, it looks like a couple of these plugs are crooked, but man, there's a ton of hot glue in there. So yeah. Yeah. Soldering wire ends, yeah, they're tinned wires for sure. Let's just have a peek. I'm positive they're tinned. If I can't even see in there, but if I were to, let's just confirm that. A mean Weller supply. I don't know if I'm going to open the power supply to check. It's pretty compact. I have a feeling it's a custom built. Yeah, I'll do that another time, but let's have a quick peek here. Let's see if this will get in here. Where am I at? There, right there. So we'll just sneak a peek right in here. And we have tinned wire. Yeah. So that's why that's really thin. Not much room to work in there, but I will have to put, there we go. I'll have to put ferrules in there eventually, but I got to take this loom apart to get at those wires. And then our power supply wires. I'm just going to assume they're tinned as well, since that one was the heater wire. So yeah, definitely. Okay. So let's just whip this back together. See if I can't. Oh, sure. It's like one of those things. Yeah, it comes apart real easy. Try to put it back together so it sits flat, and good luck. Okay, we're good there. What is holding this? Okay, anyways, you know what? I am not gonna, I'll do this out off screen. You guys don't need to watch me struggle putting this back on, but I've got to come up with a little adhesive for the bottom of these things. No big deal. Anyways, that's it. Every time you look at the document and look at your LiPo bag and think the alarm's going off. Too funny. Oh, that's funny. Hot glue is holding it. Yeah, no, I just gotta tuck these wires in back in properly and get this cover back on. It's just the drawer. Oh, this is the drawer. I can pull this drawer off. There we go. I can pull that drawer off and get this cover back on probably a whole lot easier now. Let's see. Oh, you guys can suffer through it with me here. What the heck? Get on the other side of that, you dumb thing. There we go. That's exactly what it was. The drawer was kind of keeping it from going back on. So if I put one of these in here, there we go. So I want to thank everybody who's hung around. It looks like we still have 28, 29 people that have hung around to the end. That is greatly appreciated. Any new subscribers, thank you very much. Much appreciated. And, you know, it's not the stream that I hope to do tonight, but at least it showed off a different printer. Yeah, there's a lot of other streamers that have done this printer, done a different viewpoint. I don't know how many did it live, but this has been good. So I want to thank everybody who's here still. And I'm going to, hopefully next week, we can get the RatRig up and running, and we can go through the resonance tuning and the input shaper, and we can print a nice test print on the RatRig for you guys and get some speed and quality going. So it's been awesome. Thank you, everybody who's stuck around so far. I appreciate it. And everybody have a great week. And we will catch you on my next stream, and we'll catch all my friends there live on your live streams throughout the week. So have a great night, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.